What's up lads, NinjaJDM here, and today I'm going to bring you a bit of a different video. I'm going to be commentating on a defense gameplay, giving you my tips / commentary on defending in Artifact Assault on St. Matthew topside. Now before I start the video, I thought I'd just say that this is all just my opinion and how I like to defend. I know I'm far from the best defender, but a few people have asked me to do a few videos like this, so I thought I'd give it a try. So yeah, let me know in the comments any tips you may have for me or other players as well. Also, I thought this would be quite a good topic for a video, as I haven't seen too many other people do this type of video other than like Titanic, and I think the Huntsman did one. And I for one like to watch other people's gameplays and just hear how they play, as I think it helps me improve as well as newer players. Anyway, without further ado, I'll get on to the actual topic of the video. First of all, I'm going to talk about the ability set I use, which is this one. This is my personal favourite set. The abilities I use are Knives, Shield and Wipe. The perks, Unstoppable and Resistance, and the kill streak I use is Animus Hack, and the lost streak is Vision. Now the reason I'm telling you about ability sets is I think that they're really important, and also I just again haven't seen too many other people mention them in their commentaries. And in this video I'm going to try and cover why I use everything I do in my set. So finally I'll start the gameplay. So this gameplay is on St. Matthew. It's topside, which a lot of people say is the bad side for defending. And yeah, I think it's a bit harder, but in this game I actually do quite well, which is why I'm uploading it. It's a public game, but I'm playing against three pretty good players that I think I've played against in matches before, and then one new player. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is abilities, and more specifically how people use them. In my opinion, the best players are the ones that don't really need them, so they just don't really need to rely on abilities. For example, here I didn't waste anything because I knew that I could get him quite easily without, and therefore I just didn't need to waste an ability that I can use later. So yeah, in my opinion, I think the less you use them, the better, and so you can more just save them for when you need them, and therefore the better you play, the less you will. However, obviously, when you're playing against multiple people or you just need that extra bit of help, abilities can help a lot. However, in my opinion, you only really need Shield and Knives. The third ability you use, I think that can really depend on the map or just if you need that bit of help. That's why pretty much all good players use Shield and Knives. I think they're compulsory. Shield, I'd say, is more compulsory when you're playing against better players, because a lot of the time how people score is they either knife you or time phase you and then just run past you, meaning that you can't get to them. Whereas when you activate your shield at the perfect time, usually this can be the difference between you killing someone and them scoring. For example, if you activate your shield just as someone time phases, it stops them getting that bit of distance they need to get past you, or when people knife you and run past, sometimes you can just run straight up to them and kill them because they knife your shield. Now getting onto Knives, again I think this is the other compulsory ability for defending, because pretty much this is the only thing that if you mess up or your opponent gets past you, it's the only thing that can stop them from scoring by slowing them down, or it just gives you easier kills. Now I think this is a more controversial ability of how they're used, especially on PS4, because lots of people complain about insta-knifing, and fair enough, I'm now with them because I've been playing it that long, and I can see that really, if you're a good enough defender, you don't need to knife that much. Like I said, I only try to use them when I know I can't get someone and they're in a good position to score. So for example, I didn't need to use it them because they didn't have it. But here for example, I knife that guy and kill the other defender because that escorts my teammate, allowing him to score, whereas the other person probably could have run over and maybe killed him. Now I'll quickly mention the other ranged abilities. Disruption and Sabotage, don't bother using them on defense. I've tried it and yeah, they're just useless. And then there's Gun. Gun is the most hated ability, I think, in the AC community, because first of all, it's not Call of Duty. It's just really annoying when people use Gun, because especially when crafted, it's just really OP, and there's literally not much you can do about it, because even if you shield, they can just wait for that to run out and then shoot you, and all your hard work from your run is just worn out. And second of all, like I said, you barely need knives, although in my opinion sniping is almost as annoying as Gun. But yeah, you barely need knives, so you definitely don't need to shoot people. Anyway, rant over. I'll get back to talking about the gameplay. I'm going to talk for a second about positioning, which in my opinion is one of the most important things when you're defending. On this map, and pretty much all maps, I like to stay somewhat in the middle of it, so keeping myself between either my own base or the other team's base, because that way it's just harder for people to get past you. For example, on this map, I like to stay on this roof over here for one of two reasons. Firstly, you can pretty much see the whole map, so it's hard for people to get by without you seeing them, so you can quite easily pick them up and go kill them, or at least just know where they are. And then secondly, if they do get by, then what I do is I stay in between them and their base the best I can, so they have to therefore get past you. And also that's another reason I use white, because a lot of the time people will just teleport out, and using white just takes away that option, and also a lot of the time just takes people off guard, so it leads to an easy kill. So I'm about to get hack now, so I'll talk about that quickly. Hack is the best kill streak, and obviously the hardest kill streak to get, because then you can use it to kill the entire team, as I'm about to do, and score 1 or even 2 artifacts from it. However, the bad sides of it is that a lot of the time in the past I've used it, well, I've got hack and then got stunned or died straight away. So some tips on using hack is, like I'm doing now, stay in a good position where you can survey the area and see everyone. Don't just run in blind, because then you would have just got those 13 kills for nothing. And also, just because you've got hack doesn't mean that you need to attack, because a lot of the times the other team can score whilst you're busy trying to kill them. Quickly going back to what I said about anima shielding, I see the person coming in from the right, and now's a situation where I should have shielded, but luckily in this situation I didn't need to, because he didn't knife me, but playing against high level people they probably would have. And now what I do here is, I know that he needs to either jump into the base or go in a drop down position, so I just stay close to that drop down position and then he can score. Now in this next part I'm going to talk about escorting and the importance of it, because I'm about to get quite a nice escort. As a defender, your first priority should be stopping the attackers and then escorting secondly. But here, since there's no one attacking, I see that Jenny is there and that person would have killed him, so I knife him with acro, and that allows Jenny to use that route and run past. And then I see him teleporting, so I jump back to base to try and cut him off and make sure he can't get to my teammate. My other teammate manages to kill him, so I go back to escorting Jenny and kill someone, meaning that she can jump in easily and score. Now quickly moving on to this part, I've used my knives already to escort my teammate, so I obviously can't get to them at this point. Luckily he jumps to the right. Most players would have just jumped straight and probably would have scored that, but I think he must have just thought I was right behind him, and then I just managed to cut him off and get the kill, because I know the other player was busy killing someone else and in that animation. Anyway, going back to talking about escorting, I think more so in matches and scrims than public, it's very important to escort, as this can be the difference between someone getting out and being able to score, or they could get killed by a U-turner or just a defender that's still chasing them. So that can be the difference between them scoring and not. I'd say as a defender, don't pass the border to try and escort unless there's no one else in your side of the base. Your first priority should be killing the people that are trying to steal your artifact, and then secondly try and escort your teammates, unless you know there's nothing you can do, in which case you might as well help. Now in this clip, this is a good example of what probably saved Manx from getting killed, because he jumped back. I'm guessing he went to go straight up the chase breaker, but because I was there, it stopped him from being killed basically, and meant that he could get the easy score. Last thing I'm going to talk about quickly is the perks I use, Unstoppable and Resistance. Unstoppable on defending, I think it's definitely compulsory, and most of the time on attacking. But on defending it is compulsory, because if someone runs through a chase breaker, then you're fucked basically. And also it's just annoying when you're trying to chase someone. If you trip over civilians, that could be the difference between them scoring. And then lastly, whether to use resistance or resilience. This can be affected by a few things, such as who you're playing against, and like if they play for stuns a lot, and also whether you're playing in public or private. In public, I think resistance is definitely better, because usually people just rush in, so you do get stunned and there's nothing you can do about that. Whereas in private, you're defending with a teammate, so a lot of the times it's just 1v1 situations, and you're less likely to get stunned unless by the other attacker, which doesn't always happen. So therefore, resilience may sometimes be better, because if someone uses an ability to get past you, then it can help you out with that, because it will have an effect on you for less time. But anyway guys, that's about it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you like this type of video and want more. I could maybe do a series on this and talk about things such as how to defend and attack on different maps, the differences in your playstyle in playing public and private, and also maybe tips on other game modes. Anyway guys, that's it from me. Thanks for watching if you made it here. Please like and sub for more, and see ya.